This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Evans. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The first carry here for Jaquiz Rodgers. And he stopped immediately there. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing Fitzpatrick. Flushed out right. And some space here. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick, and he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. It's caught. Humphreys. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down in.
But boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 at the 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Second down, Fitzpatrick. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And the return will stop right around the 25. As his Chiefs offense comes back onto the field, let's dive a little deeper into their start so far and what we've seen from Patrick Mahomes. You know, one interesting nugget on that win at Pittsburgh, that was something that KC had not done since 1986.
That's pretty impressive, both of them being in the AFC. They would encounter each other at times on schedule, right? They also encounter each other potentially in the playoffs. Number of opportunities gone for KC. Finally got it done with Patrick Mahomes. So the question has to be asked, though. They had Alex Smith, who was a terrific quarterback, was going to Pro Bowls.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Tampa Bay comes back out onto the field here. And, Charles, we revisit a topic you and I had a couple of weeks ago when we were looking at Tampa Bay's first 3 games, and we kind of said, hey, if they get out of there with 1 win, that's a success. Well, they're 2-0 right now.
Yeah, we did say that, didn't we? But what did we actually think? I'll ask you first.
0-3.
That's what I thought. Definitely, I thought it was going to be an 0-3 start, and then Winston would come back, and they'd have to start over again. Now, instead, they're 2 to the good. Possibility of being 3-0. I don't know that you make a change with Ryan Fitzpatrick right now. I think he has taken over that team, and as hot as he's been, Jameis Winston will have to earn his way back.
A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got a second down and 8 to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Force!
Here's Fitzpatrick. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Allen Bailey. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Force!
Fitzpatrick to throw for it on 4th down. He's going to go for a big play downfield into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. Kansas City gets the ball back here in a second and continuing to kind of analyze the start for Patrick Mahomes this year. 10 touchdowns, and we're told that's the most touchdowns in 2 weeks in the NFL in its history for a guy to start the season.
Yeah, can you believe that? First 2 weeks of the season, 10 touchdowns. I believe only 1 interception, too, right? So he's taking care of the ball quite well. And just think about this. Coming in and taking over a team that many thought they had a pretty darn good quarterback. And he seems to be elevating not just his play, but the team overall. I mean, both of those wins came on the road.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. That's Hunt. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Force! Ready! Force!
Now a 2nd down throw for Fitzpatrick. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Ready!
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. He finds Humphreys. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Fitzpatrick now on 2nd down. He hits Rodgers in the flat. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Jaquiz Rodgers from 4 yards out. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that makes the score 7-0. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to leave. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Gerald McCoy breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stain.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Justin Evans. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, with that incompletion, we've got to talk about the ties that we've seen in weeks 1 and 2. Everyone was talking about the Steelers-Browns week 1, Charles, but week 2 we saw another.